Here, Emergency Services physician, Dr. Brian Kim. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, how are you?
Thank you for having me here.
Good to see you.
It's good to see you guys. It's like I sit in that green room and I'm just entertained, and all the information that you guys provide.
Some of it good, some of it not.
It's awesome.
You know what's funny? Last time I talked to you, you were walking on the beach in San Diego as I was on my way to the ER with a family member, which is oh so common. I wanted to officially apologize for interrupting your holiday.
It's never about it. You guys are part of the family, so definitely. And talking about that, we have our second urgent care opening up in less than 4 weeks or so. So that's going to just be awesome.
People are very excited about that. I have an IEP urgent care jacket, a nice Cutterbuck jacket. I wear it a lot. Bart doesn't have his yet. But when I wear it, Brian, everyone asks me about it. Oh, I love that place is what they say.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I say, it's my primary care.
It's so true. What's happening with this one is that we're going to have, the first day, obviously, you guys will be invited for the pre-opening event. And we have a lot of services. We have Ahmed now as well. Nicholas Dyke, Dr. Dyke, that you have here quite frequently, is in charge of that service line. And we've grown from that one place outside across the street from American One to this place, and the excitement, to your point, is amazing because I'm getting text messages with pictures. I'm like, hopefully you're not driving and taking pictures at the same time. But the excitement is so wonderful because I believe we provide great service and that access to care need until you see your family doctor. Avoid the ER, which is heresy for me, but to avoid the ER, to go to a place more appropriate. And we have great managers. Liz Heim, I don't know if she's been on this show, she's excellent. And the people, and what I like about it is we're providing other opportunities and jobs for people that live in the Jackson area that want to get into healthcare to get in there and get their feet wet before they go on to college and whatnot.
Dr. Katan last week told us that there are more and more people with non-urgent health issues coming to the ER, and that's really what IEP then is for.
Yeah, and so that provides that bridge and the education so that you don't have to wait, and that just segues into something that I think you guys all experience, unfortunately, like everybody else. This cold and flu season was tremendously worse, and it started late December, and it probably tailed off into the last week of March. And what we saw was, in my 30 years of doing this, is that a tremendous amount of patients that are incredibly sick, and the census was so high in the hospital, we were overrun in the emergency department. And with that in mind, we had to drive our care, as we always do, going out to the waiting room and doing that process. And I always said you never get better just waiting in the waiting room. And so we drove that process that way, but it was longer than I expected.
Dr. Kim, what are some examples of instances where patients should choose urgent care over an ER situation?
Simple sprains, sniffles, things like that will need an x-ray maybe to see. Sniffles that don't really have a fever, maybe a slight fever, sore throats, a cough, those kinds of things urgent care can take care of pretty quickly, especially our urgent care. Yeah. The other stuff, chest pain, can't walk more than from here to maybe over there, is something that you definitely need to come to an emergency department for. I do also say that if you do have underlying medical conditions that are like severe diabetes, hypertension with chest pain, don't blow that off, and please come into the emergency department. I think we talked about it during COVID, where people were not going to the hospital.
Afraid, yeah.
People were afraid and waiting until, unfortunately, sometimes it was too late. Those type of things I encourage to come, but for others, the urgent care is an appropriate place.
The nice thing about IEP is you can go online and set your appointment as soon as in a half an hour.
Absolutely. And that's the beauty. Now that we have 2 locations, we can accommodate even more people that probably, the Jackson urgent care is extremely busy. And we do our best and we capture a lot of those patients, but sometimes it's never as convenient as people want. So the second one gives even more convenience for time, especially with little ones.
Do you see this model growing as really the future of healthcare? I look at, primary care physicians, and I talk to people all the time. They're trying to find one and having a hard time.
Yes.
Obviously, this is a great filler, but do you see it as almost maybe the future?
I still think the importance is still primary care physician. It's a bridge, and I think it's an appropriate bridge. But what we need to do is encourage and make it more attractive for people to go into primary care. Instead of maybe dermatology, plastic surgery, which I do think there's a role for sure as we get older.
Now you have a busy summer planned, and I think there's some excitement on your calendar.
Oh yeah, I want to always. My wife, who is awesome, Wendy Kim, has been invited by a university in Korea to come and give a lecture on talk of United States healthcare. Oh my gosh. And so she's going to go there. We're going to take a little trip. I think my mother, who is 85 and still spry, wants to be her translator during the thing. But it's going to be an exciting thing. It's with MSU.
Oh, that's very cool.
And so they picked her, and I think they picked the right choice. So.
Oh, I agree
That was
with you.
a little bragging
I can't wait.
about my
I
wife.
can't wait to hear about that. That'll be an interesting.
Maybe you should
trip.
have her here.
We would love to.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I know Wendy's a big fan of being on TV. She would love it.
She is.
Yeah.
Now we've got two urgent cares. Will there be anything different between the 2?
In terms of personnel, you may see different personnel, but the same spirit that you saw at the original one is going to be there. The enthusiasm, hopefully the 5-star service that we try to promote, and the design will be the same, of course. And if there is an emergency, as always, we talk about the golden ticket to come to the emergency department.
Yeah, the location is genius, really, especially with that that side of town. It's going to be a full house over there for sure.
Well, for you, it'll be handy because now you have an IEP for when you're at work that's close, and then you have a different.
Well, I was actually going to do because I think we're directly in between the 2 IEPs right here.
Yeah, we're a mile from.
You go to that one, I'll go to that one.
We'll see who gets there first.
Harrison's going to be at the new one?
Harrison's going to be in all of them. Harrison is great. And also we have some surprises too. I won't say anything, but there is a surprise and it's going to be really fun. Something Susan and I talked about, Susan Durgan. And so I look forward to seeing you guys there.
Very excited.
And you can do testing. I mean, if you go in and
You need a
you're-
sports
like
physical?
Well, I
Yeah.
think the most like this winter is the respiratory thing. It's and you can test for strep, RSV, COVID, all that's right on site.
And we are expanding to, Dr. Dyke has looked into other faster testing for other things, which I think is awesome. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, we wish you the best, and we'll look forward to the grand opening coming soon.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
From Henry Ford Jackson Hospital and IEP Urgent Care Emergency Services Physician, Dr. Brian Kim. More of the morning show after this.